Hello, 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 and welcome back to this latest episode of the CatHarley Connection where I, CatHarley, keep you connected to everything beauty. And today, as promised in the title, we're going to be doing Valentine's Day date night makeup. Now, let's get into this look. So, if you want to learn how to do a beautiful smoky eye and a soft new lip, you have to stay tuned. All right, so let's get into it. Now, as you can see, I've already done my base. Now, let me reference also to the look that I am referencing today that was my inspiration for this video was none other than Faith Evans. She had a video as soon as I get home, and in this video, she had a brown, deep, smoky eye with this platinum hair and a nude lip. So that's the look we're going for today. So let's start off with the eye. So for the eye, again, she had like a brown smoky. So we're gonna start off with the eyes. Now I've done my base routine for my face. Um and in the video, she didn't have blush, she didn't have highlighter, her whole face was matte. She did have some contour on for like shape, but it wasn't too much. The main focus of this look was the eyes. So let's get started. So for my eyes, I'm only going to use like two colors, two browns, one like a medium warm brown and then like a deeper brown. So I'm going to start off in my crease. And let me show you the palette I'm working from. Now this palette has had it. This is the palette I use every day. I use this for my nose contour and my cheek and forehead contour. And as you can see, she is hitting pan, but I'm going to use her till there is none left. So I'm going to go in with my trusty brush. And this is what I use to start off all my eye looks because I do take this shade into my crease. So that's what we're going to start off. I'm going to start off just building up and softening up the crease, just gradually just building color and creating shape. Now, one thing about a smoky eye is all about layering. It's all about layering and blending. So I just want to just start to just layer this shade in the crease. And before I get too excited, let me go ahead. I want to add a little bit of loose powder under my eye to catch any fallout. Now I do my face routine before I do any eye look, even this smoky eye. I don't do my eyes first. And ever since I went to a class that was taught by Sam Fine and Rennie Vasquez, and they do skin first. They don't do eyes and then face. So ever since I took that class, that's how I've been doing my makeup, and it just works out easy for me. Now, a key to not messing up your foundation base, of course, is to just put a little bit of translucent powder under your eye, but also to don't load your product with too much brush. Too much product. So when you're using your eyeshadow, just want to tap off any excess and then go in and apply. I'm going to hold my mirror down so I can really just get the shape of the crease. Now, this video back in the day, was so iconic. Like, I hadn't seen anyone like in the hip hop R&B scene do this look before. And Faith Evans nailed it. You know, she had this platinum blonde hair that blended in with her skin complexion. And then she had like this beautiful, just smoky dark eye, and it wasn't black, it was brown, and that's what kept it soft and still pretty and still flirty and feminine. And she was telling her man in that video, as soon as I get home, you know what's going to happen. And it was all in the eyes. And I love that look. I feel like that look, especially like a brown smoky eye, it works on all complexions. And it just depends on your complexion. This depends on how deep you want to go with your brown shades. Like, again, for my complexion, and me and Faith are around the same complexion, so she's always been like a hair icon for me and a makeup icon, because I was like, okay, I can replicate her look and look just like that. So that was really, really exciting for me. When she had blonde hair, And when she had the red hair, like she's known for her hair colors, but she can kind of pull off any hair color. She's done blonde, red, all shades of red, black, orange. I know she's I've been seeing her in black hair lately, and she looks just as pretty. So you can see I'm kind of creating that shape and kind of creating that depth already. You can see it more when I close my eyes or when I look down. That's why I want to hold my mirror underneath me. That's what you want to do also. Hold your mirror underneath you so you can see your eye shape. Now everyone's eye shape is different. Like for instance, Faith Evans has like a hooded eye. And sometimes achieving a smoky eye on a hooded eye can be a little bit difficult because you don't want to make the eye look small, but you still want to give it that sexy, sultry look. And her makeup artist nailed it. Like her eyes, and also too, they made her eyes like her eyes are hooded, and then it kind of accentuated like an almond shape, so it kind of pulled the shadow up. And we're gonna do that same exact look. So if you have hooded eyes, don't be scared of shadow. It's just all about technique. It's all about technique. Like you can do the same exact look as someone else, but just tweak it a little bit for your eye shape. Like if you have a small hooded eye, don't go in with this big brush because you won't have as much control over your product. I have a larger eye space, so I can go in with the bigger brush, especially in this crease area, and still achieve that the look that I'm going for. If you have like a smaller lid space, you just want to go in with smaller brushes so you have ultimate control over your shadow, especially your dark shadows. That's so important. Okay. And again, with a smoky eye, you can do a smoky eye with any color. You can do a blue smoky eye, a yellow smoky eye, a orange, purple, of course black. Like that's iconic for like smoky. You know, everyone is very when you hear smoky, you always assume black, but you can always achieve that look. And all a smoky eye is just a deeper shade on the lid that lightly fades out to the crease into just a lighter shade. So this is gonna be the lighter shade to our smoky eye. And I'm liking this. I'm liking the build. And again, you see, I'm not picking up too much product, but I am just going back and forth until I get the color and shape that I want. Now, I'm just going to keep this in my crease. I don't want to go too far up, but I do want to blend those edges, keep them nice and soft. And that's another key to your smoky eye. You just want to keep that brush moving just in very, very light strokes. And I'm holding my brush all the way at the end. So I have this ultimate, just a light application and then a light blend versus going in and holding my brush like a pencil. This is not going to allow me to blend and keep my look as soft as I would like. So I like to hold my brush further towards the end, and that's going to really help you just so you won't get too heavy handed with your product, and it's going to allow your product to blend a little bit easier than going in and holding that brush closer to the ferrule. And this is the ferrule, is the metal part of your brush. So I like to just hold it right towards the end and just really just blend out. And again, like I said, Faith Evans, her smoky eye was just kind of like slightly just feathered out a little bit. And of course, this really accentuated and was like perfect. Like her makeup artist just did a really beautiful job with that. Because again, she does have a smaller eye, but her eye wasn't taken over by the shadow. It was just gave you just a sexy, just beautiful look. I love this look, especially at nighttime, especially for Valentine's Day. When your man is looking in your face, you want to feel sexy and look sexy. And it is all about the eyes. I find, the eyes and the lips, but especially the eyes. Because one thing too about this looks really pretty during the daytime, but it also looks good at night. So if you're out, you're at dinner, or you're just walking outside. I know it's a little bit cold, but with the right coat and the right person, you don't feel the cold. So let's see. Now we're gonna blend that out, keep that nice and soft, and that's gonna be our crease color. So now we're gonna go in and we're gonna work on the lid. Now I'm still using that same. My good old trusty. You see she's almost gone. And this is with the shade I use for my blush all the time. It's an orange shade, and these two blend beautifully together. Love it. But again, we didn't go for blush today because I'm recreating the Faith Evans look. And Faith Evans didn't have any blush. She kind of had like a little bit like a little bit of like a warm bronzer contour that she kind of pulled into her cheek. So that's the look I'm going for this. So I'm not going to use any blush. So I want to go into this darker color, this darker shade. I'm not sure. Oh no, the name of the shade is right on the front, and it's called Kufuru. Kufuru. Mm-hmm. So I'm just going to go in. This is going to be like a flatter. This is a flatter brush. It's not as fluffy as the other ones. I just want to just start lightly just placing this on my lid. And I'm going between my lash line and my crease. Now I'm not going to go past. I want to focus this shade on my legs. I want to get the shape right first, and then I'm going to go and blend out a little bit more. So I'm holding my brush again all the way at the end. Just slightly tapping, not blending yet, but I just want to build up. I want to build up. Yeah, I just want to build up the intensity of that color. And I'm going to work this all the way into the corner, the inner corner of my lid. And one thing, too, that was really big in the 90s with makeup was like the matte look. The matte look on the skin and the matte look on the eyes. So I'm not going to, that's why I don't have any highlight on as far as like a shimmer highlight. My face is highlighted, but I used a matte powder to highlight so I can give my face shape. But I'm not going to use any shimmer. Nothing radiant, no shimmer. And that's going to definitely help me recreate that Faith Evans smoky eye because I'm not adding any shimmer to this look. And make sure I tap that deep, tap that shade. So before I blend this out, I want to just go in and add that same shade to the other side. I'm just going to look down so I can get full access. Now, when you are applying eyeshadows, you don't want to squeeze your eye like that. Because when you squeeze your eye, if you open your eye, it's going to be little spots where there's no color. So by looking down, it gives you a smooth space to apply your color. So I know I see a lot of people do that, and it makes sense to like close your eye like tight, but you just want to keep it just soft so you just get a nice smooth palette to apply that shadow. And I'm keeping this director on my lid. Tapping off that excess. Remember, you don't want to, this is going to help you avoid that kind of raccoon look. So I'm building up that shape. At the same time, I'm building up the color, the intensity of this color. And you can see it's kind of coming together before I even blend it, because creating that nice soft blend in the crease allows this to kind of go very seamlessly. So now I'm just going to go up a little bit in the crease using the tip of that brush. And I do want to bring this a little bit higher. Faith Evans, she does have a smaller lid, but that crease, you could see it when her eye was open. So I really want to, for my eye shape, I definitely want to pull this up some more so I can get that really, really smoky effect. And it was such a pretty color. Like in that video, she had this like platinum blonde hair and she had bangs. I don't have bangs today, but her having that platinum blonde, those platinum blonde bangs right up against this beautiful dark eye, that contrast was just so epic. It was just like, who is this girl? I want to be her. When I grow up, I want to be you, Miss Faith. And Faith Evans is still gorgeous. She's still innovative with hair. Her makeup is still stylish. Her clothes are stylish. She's just everything. And she could still sing. And she was one of those girls that the mic was on when she sings. I love that about her. I love her personality too. She's not just stylish. She has a really nice personality. Like, she's somebody that you can like hang out with. She might be somebody like I grew up with. Like, I know Faith Evans. Everyone knows a Faith Evans. And I feel like I know her. She's my, as my girl Wendy says, she's my friend in my head. So Faith Evans, if you ever see this, just know that we're friends. We just haven't met yet, but we're friends. Okay. So I want to go in a little bit more in the inner crease, just to make sure that shadow is nice and intense. And I'm just blending the edges. Yeah, that's coming together. I'm liking that. But I wanna build it up a little bit more in the crease, because when you see me head on, I want to see more of that darker shade. So now I'm gonna pull my mirror up, and I'm just gonna build up that crease right there. And see how I just moved the mirror up just to get a different perspective of my eye? And this is gonna help you when you're recreating looks, because everyone's eye shape is different, and their face shape is different, and their bone structure is different. So I'm following my bone structure. So by holding that mirror head on, now I'm getting that look. I'm getting that dark without just closing my eye. Now you can see me head on that I have a dark shadow on, and that's the look I want. I want an intense but still soft smoky eye. So I'm just holding that mirror straight ahead and just creating that shape. Yeah. That's it. So now I want to go back in with that fluff. Now this is like a fluffier brush, and you can see I use this brush every day. So she is really broken in. And if you do your own makeup, you know what I'm talking about. Like, you have those brushes that just really do what it's supposed to do. So this is that brush for me. I use her every day. Again, I use it on my nose contour and my crease work. And I'm just blending out the edges with that lighter brown. Whoop, 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 yep. And keeping it nice and soft. And again, I'm going just back and forth between those colors. You don't want to move too quickly when you're working with dark colors, because dark shades can get away with you. So, I mean, get away from you. So you just want to maintain control. I'm going to add a little bit more of that darker shade right in here, because I can see on the other side, here's a bit more. Yep. So now I want to take on that same brush, and I just want to just slightly just sweep this shade out. I'm going to do the same thing on the other side, because I feel like the eye's a little bit rounded. But with Faith Evans, it was a little bit just swept out a bit from on the top of her lash line, which really just gave her just a pretty soft, flirty look. Just going to pull that out just a little bit. So now what I'm going to do is I'm going to take, this is a flat shader brush. And this is actually from the CatHarley collection. This is from the brow series. This is a flat line brush. You can use it to clean up your brows underneath your brow with concealer. But I also like to use this for my shadow. It works perfect on the lash line. But before I do that, I want to go in with a black. I'm going to go in with a black pencil. This is a khol liner. So the khol liners are really easy to smudge out. And I'm going to take, this is Smolder by MAC. And it is an eye kohl. Eye kohls are very soft and easy to blend out. And Faith Evans had she had a dark pencil in her lash line too. And again, like I said, like, her makeup artist did such a beautiful job, because Faith Evans had a small eye, but she had black in her lash line and a dark brown on the lid, and it still didn't make her eyes look small. So they just did such a beautiful job with that. So I'm gonna take that same brush, and I'm gonna pick up the same shade, that first shade, that kind of soft warm brown. I'm gonna go underneath and blend, and just blend lightly, blend that black shade out. You see the look coming together? How it's smoky all the way around, but still just soft because we're just going back and forth and blending those colors to the intensity that we want. Now, if you wanted to, you could have stopped at just that eyeshadow, but I just want to take it just that to that next level of that Faith Evans look. That whole Faith Evans whole eye was just, it was just so beautiful and smoky and still just soft. So we're just going for that soft look, just blending, blending, blending. And that's the key to a smoky eye. You want to blend that shadow out. You don't want any harsh lines. And I'm going to take this even into the inner corner of the eye. And I'm not going to use any shimmer. You know, I'm not going to do an eyeliner or anything like that. I'm just going to take that and put that right up against the lash line and blend the pencil out. You can see that's really, really soft. I love this flat line brush because it allows me to get right at my lash line and keep that product right there. So now I'm going to go into that second brown and just smoke it out a little further. Okay. Just gradually just adding just a little bit more intensity to the look. I'm replicating the same exact, in the same exact order that I applied the shadows to the top, of the same exact order that I'm applying to the bottom line. I'm sorry, to my lash line. And again, that using that liner, that liner on the waterline really added that extra element of just smokiness. It gives it like a mysterious, pretty look too. And that black is gonna just, that black on the waterline is really gonna just intensify your eye color too. No matter what your eye shade is, it's very complimentary. So while I am going to add a little bit of a little lash. Faith Evans did have a lash. She didn't have a big overpowering lash, but the lash did add definition. So that's what I'm going to do. I'm going in with like this is a little lash. In my opinion, it's a little lash for me. So I'm going to take my lash glue. I'm going to apply this glue. I'm going to let this dry while I work on my lips. Now, again, this look was inspired by a 90s makeup style. You know, that the concealer lip, the muted tones on the lips were super popular. So, like, if you look at that Faith Evans video today, it is still so on trend. It's a look that it's a timeless look. Any woman could wear that look and still be very much on trend. And that's how you know you are a style icon. When someone can look at your work from 20 years ago, 30 years ago, and if they were to replicate it, even like her outfit, she had this beautiful white outfit, this fur coat. She was standing outside in the rain in the phone booth. It was just such a beautiful video. And she said, as soon as I get home, that video was everything. She was running up the stairs. The man had the cornrows in his hair. It was so cute. That was a time. It was iconic time. And that even that song is still, you play it today and it sounds like something that a girl could sing today. Just classic. Faith Evans is just, she's a classic. All of her music to me, I can just put on it from any era that she was going through and still feel it. So while those are drying, I want to work on the lips. And again, Faith Evans had this. Now in the video, she had a few different lips. When she was outside, it was outside. She was in like a phone booth, and you could see like the rain on the glass. She had a very, very pale, muted lip. And then other scenes in the video, when she actually came into the house, she had like a peachy nude. And that was pretty too. But I want to go for that very muted, very light concealer look. You can see how pink my lips are. So I'm going to go in with the foundation brush that I used earlier for my foundation and just mute out my tone. before I put my lipstick on. And you can see it. I can stop there, just put a little liner on. And it was very close to her lip. So let me like again, I want to use a very muted, very light lip. And I'm thinking I'm gonna go in. Let's see. I have so many nude tones. Pink peppermint. Ooh, Velvet Teddy would be pretty. But Velvet Teddy would be a little deep. I want to use Flesh Pot. And this is Flesh Pot right here. It's like a very muted. It's a little warm too, but it's going to help me achieve the look. The perfect look. So I'm going to go in. I'm just going to apply that lip. I feel like Faith Evans. Now, Faith Evans did have a liner on. Just on the outer edges, like just for definition, because the lip color that I'm referencing in this part of the video was very close to her skin tone. But her makeup artist went in with a lip liner just on the outside, just to give it that difference between her skin and the lip, which was just, it was just, what they say, chef's kiss. It was just a beautiful compliment. And you can really see it on the top of her lip. And she didn't have too much liner on the lip. It was just really focused on the very outer edges of the lip. And that's what we're doing right now. Just focusing on the outer edge, just to give it that shape and definition. You can see how much that, just adding that little bit of pencil on the top, really transformed the look. And one thing too in the 90s, which is really big, was just a thin liner. I'm gonna do the same thing at the bottom. I'm trying to talk while I do this. And I'm praying at the same time because I don't want to mess it up. But that's exactly how her lip looks. Soft, but still defined. Oh, I'm sorry. That was Flesh Pot. And my pencil that I chose was Cork by MAC, another MAC lip pencil. Yeah, it's really coming together. I love that look. So now I'm going to take, these lashes should be about dry. I'm going to take my lash tweezer. I'm going to make sure there's no glue on here, because there's nothing worse than placing your lashes in the right spot, and then you go to pull away, and then your lash sticks to the tweezer. So I don't have any glue on here. Thank you, makeup gods. So I'm going to go in and apply this. It should be about ready. And again, she did have a very soft lash on. I wanted to go in for like a very soft lash, because I didn't want to, I wanted you to be able to see my lid. I didn't want to cover up the shadow. A thicker, like curlier lash would have covered up the shadow. I just want to add shape and just definition, just a little bit more furriness and sexiness to this smoky eye. There we go. It didn't stick to the tweezer. Thank you. Okay. Here we go. Perfect. Perfect. Oh, and see the difference. How this one's a little bit more smoky once I added that liner. Now I did off camera add some mascara just to blend it. There we go. And I let that lash glue sit just the right amount of time. And I did use clear this time. And I let it get close to being translucent. And when you let that glue dry the right amount of time, it is so much easier to apply your lashes, because it sticks right onto your lashes. So I'm going to look down. Make sure that lash, don't act difficult. And you know how your lashes want to show off just because you're recording. Any day I could do this and she's going to go on perfect. But she wants to show off. It's okay. I'm going to work with you. She's just being a little temperamental. She's being a little childish. We're going to be the bigger person. We're going to be the adult. There we go. There we go. There we go. See? A little patience. Just want to secure, make sure that's a bit right up against my lash line. Yep. That's pretty. Okay. So now what I want to do is I want to sweep away that translucent powder that I added. And I'm just going to pick up a little bit of translucent powder on my brush. And then wipe it away. Really lightly. Here we go. All right. Now I'm going to do the same thing on the other side. Just pick up a little bit of that same translucent powder and just sweep it, just lightly sweep it away. Not hard. I'm not being rough in this step because you don't want to press that product into the skin. I'm just letting the brush work for me. Again, I'm holding it towards the end and letting that brush. There we go. Yeah. Now oh yeah, that looks really pretty. Okay. So I'm going to take that same brush. I'm just going to go a little bit closer to that bottom lash line just to blend out even more. Again, this is a bigger brush. So it's just going to help with blending. And just eat. Oh, yeah. Yep. All right. I think I have nailed it. I definitely feel like I'm channeling Faith Evans right now as soon as I get home. Mission achieved. Mission accomplished. Sweep it away. Let me clear my throat. Yes. Okay, so this concludes my Valentine's Day date night makeup look inspired by none other than the Faith Evans in the iconic As Soon As I Get Home video. And if you enjoyed this video, I want you to please, please, please like, share, comment. And I want to know, what are you doing for Valentine's Day? What has been some of your favorite Valentine's Day? Are you having a Galentine's Day? What are we doing for Valentine's Day this year? Okay? So again, I want you to drop some suggestions. Let me know what you want to see on the next episode of the CatHarley Connection. Okay? So until then, until the next episode, I want you to take care, and I'll see you soon. Bye-bye.